Alright guys, welcome to this tiebreaker match, European Division 1 versus with Archaea and Godar played on the map, and on summer with me we have Reddog casting.
Hello guys, yes, this is going to be such a great match. We are seeing Godar starting over in Data Core as they move to a 1-2-2 split. And on the other side of the map we got Archaea in flight control, already assisting to Crevice and into Computer Lab.
Oh, they're going with a double gorge opening as it seems. They have Koru in Computer Lab and we have Skugan. Actually, not even the commander gorging up. This is really heavily defensive. They want those 3 RTs up and they want to hold it, definitely. They will not play aggressively as it seems, just to hold that and see to where it goes after they kill the pressure teams.
Yeah, we're seeing Duty move down into sub-access, kind of checking around. Over in Crossroads now, Tane is doing a little bit of parasiting, just sitting underneath, staying out of the way against Vok and Mendas. And over in Atrium, we got Fana just chilling right underneath the floorboards.
Oh, nice engagements here coming up in Crossroads. Actually, 2 skulks to the left. Taking a lot of medpacks there, but Archaea with low health just taking the win over that. And we see from Godar actually with this kind of passive opening. What you see usually from Godar is this heavily aggressive 3-man pressure. And it looks like they want to throw off Archaea to be prepared for that just by completely switching up their opening.
Yeah, sitting on 4 RTs right now. Alcalde building the power up in Atrium. He did take out Fana just a little bit ago. Vok Mendaps moving right back into Crossroads and redrop of that RT. Meanwhile, down in Computer Lab, we got Duty and Heracles sniping down the hallway into there. Koru and Fana and Skugan are responding to this as Duty and Heracles move out of there. They are going to get pinched on either side. Here's Archaea. Heracles goes down, and Duty is not going to have enough to stand up against all those teeth, and that RT is toast.
Oh yeah, no chance. There was a lot of Archaea players actually coming there. They used 5 alien players, now they're completely open. Crevice, only Tane is there, and he gets a kill. Really nice job coming from behind, picking off Archaea. So they actually could be able to defend this.
Seeing a little bit of a skirmish here over in Crevice, getting taken out by Archaea. Tane on very low health up against Vok. If Vok could just breathe on him, he dies, and he does, and Skugan's coming out from nowhere, flying in there, trying to get Vok, and Vok does take him down. Nice shooting from Vok and staying alive in that engagement. Really good job. We see Carapace has been completed, and Duty and Heracles moving right back into sub-access to re-establish control there.
And after winning that engagement, Vok has to fall back. He knows alone there's not much he can do. He needs to group up with Mendes, P, and Crossroads. And it was really important for Tane to get those 2 kills actually up. Otherwise, there would be still 2 or 3 Marines, and Crevice would have been lost by now. And so they defended this 1 RT just by this double kill. And it's still cool. I mean, they're still sitting on 3 Harvesters. They did not lose a single one the whole game. And actually managed to bite 2 of those extractors so far.
Godar, you know, if we talk about resources, Godar is doing a really good job keeping up on their resources as well. They have only lost 2 RTs. 1 is being attacked in Atrium, but still 4 resources gathered, 150 to 84. Pretty good lead, not the best, but doing pretty good here in Res.
Yeah, Godar sitting on 6 RTs, but they're not pressuring at all. I mean, I don't see any offense. Those players in Crossroads are still camping there. So what should Archaea do? Exactly what they're doing right now. They buy down Atrium, they go in ventilations, actually get the recapper Duty down, and Godar needs to push at some point, otherwise they will just lose all the extractors.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, they've just lost 2 in less than 10 seconds, the one over in Atrium and the one in ventilation. And yeah, I agree with you. They're not doing any sort of push, or I don't see any pressure teams out on the map. In terms of engagements, pretty even with Godar eking by a little bit more wins than Archaea. However, yeah, now with Fana on the field as a lurk, that may change the game a little bit. Shotguns have been completed and Armor 1 is almost done.
I just saw Scrime get a drifter kill down there in sub-axis.
Oh!
Yeah. But,
nice.
yeah, as I said, with the lurk now in the field, Archaea can swing around now the state of the game. Godar was sitting on 6 RTs, not pushing too much. It didn't kill a single harvester so far, but I think what's really helping a lot here for Godar is they have now shotguns in the field. Armor 1 is about to finish, and we know from Godar they are so good with their shotguns. And even if Godar was under heavy pressure in many games earlier, as soon as they get shotguns, those players, they completely wreck you alien team so hard. And Fana's taking also a lot of damage to that sneaky gun.
Whoa! Yeah, very close as he came around that corner and met Duty and Heracles with those shotguns and LMG. And now we're seeing a forward base armory being built in Crossroads as the Sys are coming down. Scram trying to get in there with the infestation.
Oh, we see one Skulk working on the arm slab in base, so probably Raivol needs to log out. There he goes, forcing away the Skulk. No map packs for the moment. The aliens can use this moment in Crossroads, but there's also an armory helping out Mendas and Valkyrie.
Oh man, Mendas does go down, Vok goes down. Great cleanup there by Archaea, pushing them out of Crossroads. What are their options now for Godar? I mean, Atrium and sub-access.
I think Archaea wants to drop a Hive in Crossroads. I did drop 2 cracks there, and this is completely unusual because it's really fast to get there. This Hive is not easy to defend at all. That's why I usually see Sub or Atrium drop, or preferably Atrium. I think in this spawning location Sub is also not bad at all. But also I think they're trying to mind trick, a little bit mind playing here versus the opponent. But here we go, the scan by Raivol, and he sees those cracks in Crossroads. I think the plan from Scram is real.
Seeing Heracles and Vok moving into Crossroads right now. Ray and Scram are responding to this threat as Heracles and Vok shooting down the hallway. Vok gets spiked down. Heracles is the only one left. He is going down very slowly. Here comes the rest of Archaea, and he gets cleaned up. Meanwhile, down in sub-access, we got Mendas moving in there, rebuilding that RT. And over in Crevice, we got Alcalde up against Skugan and Fana. Going to make short work of him as they continue to push through into Atrium.
Now it looks like Archaea is gaining more and more map control. If we open the minimap right now, I see Crossroads just been taken, Atrium going down, Reactor Core is under heavy attack. And even though Godar had a good amount of RTs throughout the game, and I mean you see Weapon Choose on the way, Face Tech just finished. If they don't act versus Archaea, they will find themselves in really deep trouble as soon as the Fates come out. But this is still a good timing right now. We see Shotguns and LG now working on Computer Lab, not too many aliens here to defend it. 2 Marines also in Atrium, and I think the face gate positioning will be really deciding for them how they will continue this match.
Yeah, we're seeing the pressure team for Godar, Duty, and Mendas in Computer Lab. That is going down. They did take out that Harvester. One of them did have a shotgun and dropped that. And the Hive in Crossroad, 38% grown, linked up with a Gorge Tunnel. That's going to help them defend that pretty easily. Skugan over in Reactor Core biting down this RT, 35%. Vok coming in, trying to slap him off of there. And Skugan trying to climb on the ceilings to get out of the way of those bullets. And here comes the rest of Archaea, Ray and Tane. Vok is back up. He's like, let me out of here. And he is going to go down.
There's action all around the map. Godar's losing a lot of RTs right now. I mean, if I look on the stats in a second after we see who's winning there. Corey taking a double kill ventilation, really nice. Talking about the RTs, you see 9 extractors lost before even the 9-minute mark. So Archaea is doing really a damn good job here on respawning.
Yeah, definitely keeping them starved. And the thing is, too, is obviously the time involved in coming back and rebuilding all these isn't giving Godar a chance to kind of advance more on the map or even apply more pressure or more pressure teams around the map, because they keep having to come back and defend, keep having to waste that time. So they're going to need to get an offensive together. Otherwise, slowly but surely, as we're seeing with this map, Archaea is just encroaching more and more into Godar territory.
I think we see the first phase gate now dropped in sub. The both Marines are not... yeah, there we go. Valk now falling back together, building it up.
There's a sis.
Yeah, killing that. Oh, I love that. I think that wasn't intentional. I think that they would... oh, I see it. There's a drifter. Never mind, they know. They know what's coming up, but they should really build one of those phase gates. Since they researched it, not putting any use out of that yet. Looks like Raivol is still thinking about what he wants to do.
There is, yeah, Archaea, I mean, you open the map and there's red blinking everywhere. I mean, Archaea is all over this map, just applying pressure left, right, and center, and Godar is really trying to respond to these threats, and while they're doing it, you know, it's buying Scram a lot of time to expand somewhere on the map, and also the rest of the team to gain more resources. We do see that Blink is almost done. Tane has 50 res to go fade. I don't see anyone else close, I mean, other than Kuruyu at 32.
No, they went double lurk and 2 gorges. Even the commander was not gorging, so that's 2 fades less plus the 2 lurks, so they will have only one fade. Only one fade. So even with that amount of map control in the second hive up, they still lack this amount of higher life forms. Godar is still pretty good in shape, I think. They're losing a lot of RTs, yes, but they do have their weapon too, and it's just one fade coming up.
Yeah, and you know, weapons 2 shotguns can be very, very deadly to a pinched fade.
Oh, Heracles Kravis, can he get the harvester again? No.
Oh, so close! 15% on that health. Phase Gate now linking up Data Core and sub access.
We actually have a Fade Egg, yeah, I completely forgot. They're using all the Tyrius, of course, for the Fade Eggs. Just having those 3 or 4 harvesters constantly, they only lost 2 in the whole game. They were up for 4 for a short amount of time. So they need just make sure to not lose those harvesters, and they can use T-Res for the Fades. As long as they don't lose the life forms, they will be in a pretty good shape.
Yeah, I mean, Tane and Kuruyu as fades on the field, I mean, with Blink up against Armor 1 Marines is very dangerous. Over in flight control, we're seeing Vok and Alcalde coming in there, applying some pressure to the main hive. There goes the Carapace Shell. And Ray and Kuruyu really trying to push them out of there. Kuruyu taking down Alcalde. Vok is the only one left, and Kuruyu really trying to get him down. Finally getting him down.
I was really close with the Lurk Ray. He just jumped in the hive in the last second before he died. Nice move there by Scribe locking out, giving the place for the Lurk to jump in and save it. And now we see bigger push here on sub-axis. We now already have, well, still 2 Fates and a Lurks there available. Archaea is gaining more and more map control here.
Yeah, I mean, look at, if you open your map, look at this. Godar is slowly losing map control. We're seeing that they just killed the Harvester up in Atrium, Heracles and Mendas, and they just put up a Phase Gate, which is going to help them a little bit. However, 3 Marines now coming through ventilation, building up that RT. They're going to build that up and move back into and try to claim sub-access. That's what I believe they're going to do anyways. Yeah, I don't think Archaea is going to allow that.
They will try their best to prevent that happening. I think Godar really needs to get sub over, because they have to prevent the 3rd hive from growing later in the game. Still, they have some time to do some crazy moves, because I think I wouldn't drop a hive right now. What they're doing right now is get more and more of those harvesters, already 5. I mean, the number 5 is on the way, and if they can keep this income up, that's gonna be really tough to stop this life forms coming up all over. Even if you lose your fates, then it doesn't really matter too much, because they can replenish them really fast.
Yeah, and over up in Atrium, we're seeing that Kuruyu, Tane, and Fana completely annihilating that Phase Gate there, and that Godar foothold that they had established just a bit ago. Syschain has been cut in sub-access duty. Alcalde and Vok moving into Computer Lab with those shotguns, trying to do a little bit of damage, get Archaea on the defense. But over in Reactor Core, we're seeing Kuruyu and Tane again just wrecking Godar's buildings.
Yeah, I'm still wondering
up the power in Computer Lab. I mean, this looks like they're going to put a Phase Gate here.
Yeah, definitely. You want to have a little bit more offensive Phase Gate. It will hold up with that and can apply more pressure. That's definitely a smart one. The problem is, will the aliens now react? There's only 2 Lurks in here and they cannot engage too close versus those shotgunners. Look at that, Fana already taking some heavy hits. He has to play really careful until those Fates are coming in, and this is going to be it.
Oh, jeez, I see orange everywhere. How about you?
Oh, if you look at the player score, so many dead Marines, and are the phase again? Oh yeah, the phase
of orange. Oh! Very nice, 50% on that phase gate. They are phasing through. That surprised the heck out of me, Blind. I was counting that out. Good job, Godar.
Yeah, there's still...
I don't know if they pushed him off or you know, or they just gave up.
No, they just got in, phasing in with the next spawn wave. That also one Marine coming from sub, plus the Fates were already way too low. They didn't want to take a risk, go back and heal. I mean, we still didn't see a single life form die. 15 minutes in the game, and it's just showcasing how good those plays are.
Lurk just got annihilated in reactor core. Mendas taking down Fana.
Oh, talking about the life forms not dying. There we go. Fana is down.
There you go. Right when you say it. Maybe you should say it again, and a fade will go.
It's like a curse. We had it before, you know.
Alright, so Alcalde and Vok working in computer lab, trying to establish some sort of map control here. Meanwhile, in the main base, we're seeing Tane blink in and out. Heracles hot on his heels. Over in sub-access, Skugan taking down the RT there. Complete map control, I mean, not complete, but most map control going to Archaea, and they're using that to their advantage. Godar really trying to establish some sort of offensive at this point.
Yeah, it's really hard for them right now because they can't really push out seriously enough to Atrium because it would just otherwise lose the phase gate in sub again or in computer lab in an instant. If they send out 3 Marines, it's gonna be really tough. The aliens, they can easily just all go there. Oh wow, nice shot by Mendasp! Sorry, I was just looking there.
Wow! Fade down. And we're seeing Tane came back there and got revenge.
Yeah, definitely worth it.
Mendes out.
The shotgun was definitely worth it. It took down the Harvester and the Fade.
Nice. That's a good day in the office. Alcalde and Vok now moving from computer lab into flight control, meeting a drifter along the way, gunning that down very quickly, and focusing fire on that Harvester. Meanwhile, Skugan is coming in there. He's got to watch out.
Oh, 2 shotgunners, here we go. The Fate's taking lots of damage here, but they're playing really smart, not dying there, healing up. They cannot defend the Harvester from going down, so nice shooting by Archaea and Volk, but will they get out alive? I don't think so.
Oh, and they are done. We're seeing ventilation Tane on that RT. We're seeing Mendas move back into reactor core. He's really determined to make sure reactor core is his.
Yeah. Well, they need to put up pressure there, and they have to watch out not to trade too many shotguns. I mean, those 2 shotguns lost in flight control is hurting the Marines. They cannot afford too many. They're sitting on 3 or 4 extractors on average right now. That doesn't mean they have a good rest flow. So they have to watch out for keeping those guns alive in the field. And right now we have 4 aliens in computer lab on the phase gate, grinding it.
Yeah. 4 fades, a lurk, and a gorge. On the map right now, that's what Archaea is fielding.
Yep.
And they're sitting on, wow, they just lost a lot of Harvesters, actually.
Yep, 11 Harvesters killed right now. So, I think 5 minutes ago it was just 2. And Godar really starting over with this really amazing pressure. The problem right now, before that it was just 1 or 2 Fates. It was actually 2 Fates, and now it's 4 Fates. This is gonna be really, really hard to get more done in here. Mendas again fighting against Lurk and a Fate alone in Atrium. The medpacks are keeping him alive. He's actually pushing life forms out with low health. The best he can do there. You cannot expect to take him down.
Uh-oh. Oh! Oh, so close. 19% on Tane. Mendas just needs to land a nice shot on him, but Tane is not going to engage him quite wisely. He just gets out of there. But Mendas holding his own as king of the hill, basically, in Atrium.
Oh, base rush at the same time. They see the Marines are in comp lab, so just go for the base. The phase gate is up. All the Marines can phase back in, but it was still worth it. They killed the ops, which means they just killed basically 15 teamers. And the problem for the Marines is for Godar. Look at that. They're still sitting at weapon 2, armor 1, because they had absolutely no resources to go upgrade more. They couldn't get an you know, CC, Proto, Advanced Armory, Armor 2, all the goodies you want to have at the 19-minute mark, but they cannot afford it because they need to get all into med packs at this point.
In terms of team res, we got Ray as a lurk sitting at 63 res, could be saving for an Onos. Nice little base rush here. Taking down Mendas, Heracles, Alcalde, Evol, the commander, and Vok, all trying to push these guys out, and they do.
On the same time, we see the aliens are hitting comp lab. Bilbomb
Gorge
or
down,
Scram is down.
in computer lab. He's trying to bile bomb that. There we go. There's an armory and a forward base. We're seeing Skoog and Karuyo and Tane in ventilation. 46% on this RT.
Yeah, massing those RTs with Fades going as a group is gonna be really powerful. With Fana's dancing around 2 shotguns there. Glass hallway. I mean, that's the best that Fates can do right now. They don't need to play over aggressively and just rush the base and lose all the life forms. The best they can do is group on those RTs, keep them down, and just keep Godar busy the whole time over recapping. Because if they're split alone, 1 or 2 Marines max recapping, or maybe like right now, Menda's trying to get Reactor Core again, they're easy targets for Fates to kill. Unless, I mean, if it's a bigger group, 3 Marines, you cannot easily rush in there. That's too dangerous as a Fate to go in. So actually hitting those RTs makes sure those Marines are split and easy kills.
Yeah, and Mendas Duty and Alcalde coming into Computer Lab.
That was amazing shooting by Heracles in ventilation. He soloed a Fate Tane with his LMG and pistol.
Very nice.
Oh, flight control.
Yep, moving into flight control. We got 3 Marines in here. They are just shooting up the joint. There goes the Crags. That hive is at 71%. Where is Archaea?
In the base, Marine base, to try to counter rush. Only 1 Fate and 1 Lurk left. Commander is still in the chair, and the hive is getting really low. Oh my god, Godar!
Oh my god. Oh my god, they do push him out of there! Flight control is down!
Holy, are you believing what we're seeing there?
Good job, Godar, for taking down flight control and pushing down a counter push in their main base. Hive drops right again, real fast.
Now they had to move out because Atrium was on the way. It's already 60% grown. But I would never have thought that they're actually able to defend the base and push for flight control. I'm not sure what Archaea did there. I saw 4 aliens pushing towards Data Core, but 2 Fates were already heading out while 1 Fate and 1 Lurks there. Another Fate going down! Skogan! To the shotgun of what?
Down!
Oh. But the time counter is tick. Look what we have in flight.
Yeah, we have Ray as an Onos, and looks like they are going to move to that computer lab base.
Oh, there we go. Al-Qaeda is the first to see the Onos. And that face gate is toast.
Yeah, I mean, Godar knew that, 22 minutes into this match, they're gonna see an Onos soon.
Yeah, but I
Look
think
at that, right away.
They will keep fighting. I mean, they're doing that the whole time. Usually, if you see this kind of map control by aliens and also a top team like Archaea holding this portion of the map, usually would think like it's absolutely no chance to come back in the game. But Godar keeps on fighting, keeps on defending, keeps killing all those life forms. Now we see a push up to Atrium coming in there, trying their best, get his hive done, but it already finished. Still no 3rd hive up. They cannot drop an Onos egg.
Phase gate going in Atrium. Right in the corner. And here comes a base rush to Godar.
Oh, those Fates taking lots of damage. Really good timing on the face gate.
Very nice. They're just going back and forth. Here comes Ray.
Oh, he's tanking too much damage. All the Marines are going down.
It's way too much. This may be the GG.
Yeah, kinda should be. There we go.
There it is. Wow.
What an opening! 23 minutes and 40-ish seconds. Wow. Did you count how many Fates you saw die there?
A billion.
A billion. A billion Archaea Fates going down. A billion in like 5.
Yeah.